Shop Royal Bling, where everyone feels royal. You can find the latest in bling merchandise at royalblingshop.com. You will find Boss Lady, Man of War, I Am King, Closing Deals with Heels, Faith Over Fear, and all of your designer masks and much, much more. Make sure you go to royalblingshop.com.
Hi, I am Genesis Maple. I am the CEO and founder of Genesis Advertising and Public Relations Firm, better known as Genesis APR. Here at Genesis APR, we use creativity and communication to help with your next event or project. We offer services that include event and project management, newsletters, flyers, brochures, business cards, and so much more. Contact us today to schedule your consultation, 734-436-1075. We want to see you there. Thank you so much.
No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, there is a force that unites us all. Join the movement and let your lips do the talking with InTheKnow Cosmetics, available on InTheKnowcosmetics.com.
Welcome to InTheKnow, unveiling the greatness in you.
Hey everybody, welcome to InTheKnow, unveiling the greatness in you. I am your host, Chantel Michelle. Come on, give it up, give it up, give it up. Listen, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It is InTheKnow, unveiling the greatness in you. We're here every Monday night right here on Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, you can go to InTheKnow 313. Please tag, share, and invite someone to tune in on tonight. This show is going to be phenomenal. Many of you have saw some of the postings about tonight's show, and we post about every show, but this show is something special because we have some special guests on tonight, and our main guest, none other than Laterras R. Whitfield of the beloved. I like that part. The beloved Laterras R. He's the beloved host of Dear Future Wifey. Listen, this podcast is phenomenal. So we're going to talk about that shortly. Also, we have our segments on tonight. You know, we do gospel truth, and we also do our friendly advice, where I have one of my friends come on. We talk about some advice that we can give to each other as we are here talking to one another. You may have, it might help you out, our viewers. So go ahead and tag, share, and invite someone. You can watch us also on YouTube. Y'all help us build our YouTube community because we need some help. But anyway, we are building up. Our concentration is mostly on Facebook. But listen, you can watch us on YouTube at InTheKnow 313, and also the one.tv right there live. And we also have a website. You can definitely tune into the show live on our website at itkShow.com. So I'm excited about tonight. Somebody scream. Oh, that's okay. You don't have a screen. Okay. So we have to the hand claps, but we don't have to scream. All right, so real quick, we're going to get started, but we're going to come back real quick. We're going to talk to you with our segment, The Gospel Truth. Now, many of you have been watching us every week, and you know that The Gospel Truth is where we just tell a little truth about what's happening in our community. It could be what's happening in the world, whether it's in the gospel community or even in the world. You know, we've seen some things happening in the past couple of weeks. I know many of you probably think we're going to talk about the Will Smith slap, but we're not. We pray for Will Smith and we pray for Chris Rock and all those great people. We thank God that everybody's alive and everybody's, we all need prayer. You don't know what you would have did in that situation. I know I wouldn't, so I'm not going to put my mouth on it. But anyway, I am so glad to have you all watching once again. So we're going to come back with the gospel truth. I almost dropped my phone. That's why I love live, because anything can happen. We're going to come back with the gospel truth, and we're going to talk a little bit about what two organizations that are doing great things in the community, not just in their own community, but they're taking their mission around the world. And we want to make sure we bring awareness in the gospel truth piece of these two organizations. And when you come back, you'll be able to see. So we'll be right back right after this one commercial.
Shop Royal Bling, where everyone feels royal. You can find the latest in bling merchandise at royalblingshop.com. You will find Boss Lady, Man of War, I Am King, Closing Deals with Heels, Faith Over Fear, and all of your designer masks and much, much more. Make sure you go to royalblingshop.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Know, Unveiling the Greatness in You. Come on, give it up. Many of you are tuning in on Facebook, and those who are tuning in on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in on tonight. Tonight our show I love what this edition is called. It's called the Lit Edition. Now you all know I use the word lit a lot. We use it in our lingo when we're posting. Shout out to our post engagers. But actually I really named this show Lit because of our second guest that will be, or our guest that will be on tonight, because I love what he has made it, living intentionally and transparently. Living intentionally and transparently. And so I didn't make that up. That was definitely all good. And we'll talk more about that with our guest, Laterras, in a few moments. But so we're lit tonight. Come on, y'all. Somebody type in the comments if you're watching on YouTube or if you're typing on Facebook. Come on, say we lit, we lit, we lit, 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 lit. I was like litty lit. That's his way. I'll be like, we litty lit, 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 lit. Anyway, okay, I'm being so funny and corny tonight. But anyway, this is what we do. So let's talk about our gospel truth on tonight. This segment, like I said, we talk about things that's happening in the community. So tonight, we're going to talk about two organizations. One called Beauty Behind Bars. Beauty Behind Bars, if someone could tag Tiffany Love, she is a woman of God out of Nashville, Tennessee. She was Miss Nashville, and I think it was in 2020, she was Miss Nashville. And now God has given her a vision to take beauty behind bars. Now, what does that mean exactly? When she came, we could kind of see what she was talking about. If you could play, if our producer can play just a little bit of the clip from what she does and what this organization and this movement is all about. Actually, they're doing events all across the country this year, and she's going to be here in Detroit in June. So we want to talk about, so shout out to Lakina Folks and Tiffany Love. Let's take a look a little bit about what this organization is about.
I'm Tiffany Love, founder of Once in a Lifetime and the Beauty Behind Bars movement. It's not an experience, but it's a movement. It's not advertisement, it's the truth. A lot of people look at me and they look at me from the outside without looking in, and they already put me in this box of, oh, she has it going together, she's perfectly fine. But little do you know, I'm a product of an alcoholic. I'm a product of someone that came from a history of domestic violence. not being hit personally, but me watching my mother be abused by my father. And times for me were very hard because I was that person that had to be in that prison cell, mentally incarcerated and self-imprisoned myself. And when I say that, I was watching my mother go through the things that she went through. An awesome mother, very educated. She was a respiratory therapist as well as an interior decorator and a EMT. But unfortunately, you know, she loved her family so much that she stayed in this marriage and remarried my father 3 times. And as a girl watching that did a lot to me. So my part in the Beauty Behind Bars tour is I'm teaching women about the importance of genetics and genes, that if you do not free yourself from mental incarceration and self-imprisonment, eventually you're going to pass those genes down to your son or your daughter, and they're going to be serving your sentence and doing your time. My story actually chose me, and I'm just a real person. I'm excited to meet every single last woman that I will get to minister to that cross my paths. And I just want you to know that, you know, I wear this pin called faith because you can fail to have faith and fail. If you have faith, you will not fail. But if you fail to have faith, you'll fail. And I tell women that all the time, if you can just have faith, if you can just have that faith and persevere and push through, God is going to take you to the next level. He's going to utilize you in every step of life, in every capacity that you can even imagine and dream of. He'll be there. And I love you guys. It's not an experience. It's a movement.
I've had a not so good.
All right, as you can see, like she said, it's not an experience, not just an experience, it's a movement. It's a movement. Beauty Behind Bars, locate them at beautybehindbars.com. Find Tiffany Love, find her on YouTube. She's also on Facebook and Instagram as Tiffany Love. Also, Lakina Folks is also her partner. She has a group called Treasure Within. So we want to support these women because Treasure Within is also a group that helps young girls from the ages of 8 to 19 to understand their treasures. They are treasures within before they even get to know anything else after they get out of school, I guess, you know. And so also let's support Tiffany with the Beauty Behind Bars, and that movement is coming to Detroit June 17th and 18th. Yours truly will be emceeing. We'll have so many speakers. Great Real Talk Kim is going to be there. Real Talk, many of you have seen her, Miss Pastor Kimberly Jones. I almost gave one away. Mary Shedfield. They have a special guest. I almost gave it away. Mary Shedfield, our Detroit City Council woman, will be there. Lakina Folks, Tiffany Love, and many, many more. Yours truly will be hosting that event. So let's get behind this movement. Now, here's another movement, Gospel Truth. Here's another movement. Another movement is headed by our second guest on tonight, Laterras R. Whitfield. He has a group, and has a movement, that he is put together. It's called Kingdom Royale. Kingdom Royale. And with Kingdom Royale, this is a movement to help foster little boys and gentlemen that are in foster care, to help them move forward in life in the best way as kings. So let's watch this clip so you can see a little bit about what this organization is about. Now this right here, now all the movements are good, but this one right here, because I have 2 boys, right? I have 2 boys and their father passed away, and I've been raising them since 2012 on my own. And to see this, this movement, it touched me to tears. All right, let's watch.
I'm extremely emotional right now. When I adopted my nephew, I told God that the only way I consider adopting another child is he would have to be 16. You know, just kind of mentor him into the real world. I just said it. It was like a little secret prayer I said to God, and I really didn't think much of it. In October of 2018, I got a call from the Queena Warren from CPS. She's over the Wednesday Child with WFAA. And she called me. She said, listen, I have somebody that I want you to, sponsor during their Wednesday Child episode. This young kid wants to feed the homeless, and I know that you have a strong affinity for the homeless, and I want to know if you'll be open to it. Can you check and see how old he is? And then she called back. She said, he's 15 years old. And I was like, bye. She was like, what are you talking about? I said, bye, I can't talk to you right now. And I hung up. And I said, God, you trying to set me up? Are you trying to set me up to adopt this kid?
Armani has been in care for more than 5 years, and he can't forget what came before.
Before I was in care, right before, I was homeless, because we used to hide from the landlord.
So on this day, armed with hot food and warm clothing,
These right here are some chopped beef sandwiches from 2 partners.
Armani gave to others.
I want to pray with them. I can kind of relate to them. I ask Father God that you would just watch over them, protect them, keep them safe.
He's hopeful for a family that shares his beliefs, parents that will value his voice and opinions, who also want to give back.
Thank you to Two Partners Barbecue and to social activist Laterras Whitfield, who helped make Armani's day so great.
And as he prayed for them, I looked at him and I heard the voice of God so clearly. I heard the voice of God so clearly say, this is your son. Hey, so listen, I'm with my boy Armani. This dude is so dope to me. He almost had me in tears, but I had to keep my gangster. He ain't finna break me down today. He is not, Armani, you ain't gonna break me down. I'm a G now. I ain't gonna be sitting up here crying while you over here praying for people.
These people really out here ain't got nothing. It's fall, it's cold, it's storming, and they just out here just cold, ain't got nothing.
Man, God has so much purpose in your life, and when I tell you, I don't know why God brought us together, we gonna figure that out. Let me be honest with you. As a single man, I personally looked at it as a lot of baggage. So I already adopted this one kid, he's 10 years old, and now to get this other kid, you don't know what issues he may be dealing with, what his pedigree is or background. God said, none of that matters, man. He said, you told me years ago that you gave yourself away. You said that you gave yourself to me. He said, so your life is no longer yours, it's mine. And with your life, since it's my life, I want to adopt this young male. Hey, Jeannie, this is Laterras. Give me a call. Need to talk to you about getting back on active status. Interested in adopting this young man. And he doesn't even know that I'm actually going to pursue him.
You're really blessed, Armani. When you see this, just understand you're really blessed. You're like Jesus. He was adopted.
So I'm at the Second Story match event with Collin County, and they have these tables set up, little exhibits for the kids, for people that are interested in adopting these kids. It's an amazing thing. Of course, I came out because I had my eyes on Armani. That is my child.
I should spend time with him and get to know who he is, just because he's such a loving and giving person.
He came back the next day and said, remember to watch me on Wednesday's Child. And she had no idea that it would be about the homeless.
You famous out here, man. We talking about you right now.
My CPR certification. She was beautiful on Facebook. I promise you. Armani, I'm coming for you. Okay, this boy saying he know where he live, but he got me driving all the way around. Now, why you got me driving all the way?
Oh my gosh, as you all can see, this is amazing. Laterras Whitfield, that was actually the clip of him actually adopting Armani, I want you also to see the clip and the commercial of the movement that was started because of his heart for these young boys. And that's none other than Kingdom Royale. We have that video. We're going to show that. And in a minute after that, we're going to go to our friendly advice, and then you will get to meet this great man of God. Here we go.
Ladarian, thrusted suddenly into Child Protective Services in 2015. My nephew, black, a boy. The likelihood of being adopted outside of kinship, slim to none. Armani, 16 years old, black, a boy, with 5 years in the foster care system before I even knew his name. The likelihood of ever being adopted, yep, you guessed it, slim to none. While Ladarian and Armani were trying to survive and barely thrive in an overpopulated and underfunded foster care system, I was living my own life, doing well professionally. Having been a single father with a daughter who at that point was doing well in college, it was my time to live my life, right? Wrong. I felt unsettled, tireless, agitated. There are just too many of our black children stuck in ambiguity and in the limbo of the foster care system. In 2017, I legally adopted my nephew, Ladarian. Fast forward to 2019, I had no ties to this other young king, but I felt God instructed me to adopt him also, and I obeyed. Starting over with parenting should have been enough, right? Working with various foster care and adoption agencies to help bring awareness to the countless young black kings in the foster care system should have decreased my agitation, right? Joining the board of directors of Advantage Adoption, an organization that helps find permanent adoptive homes for children in foster care, should have led to some type of resolve, right? No, not at all. None of it felt like I had done enough. I now realize that every one of those experiences was laying the fundamental foundation for my life's mission, Kingdom Royale. Kingdom Royale will be a luxury, state-of-the-art home for foster boys. Our first location will be in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We will utilize the whole person approach that instills identity, empowers them to advocate for themselves, and enlightens them regarding new perspectives and limitless options that they thought were impossible. Though the young kings will attend the local public schools that are in proximity to Kingdom Royale, our at-home curriculum will broaden their worldview through participating in the arts, attending various cultural events, learning about and engaging in multifaceted discussions about current events and even relevant historical context, introducing them to gardening and landscaping and even caring for our animals on our farm and on-site stables. We just launched our Startup Capital campaign with the goal of raising $2.8 million. Now, why $2.8 million? Well, in 2017, I created a web series in which I performed random acts of kindness for targeting the homeless community. One of the most notable successes was that one of the videos went viral, garnering 28 million views. However, one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't raise a single dollar to help in implementing a more sustainable plan for the homeless community. So throughout the years, with much remorse, I reflected on not maximizing that moment. I knew if at that time, just 10% of the viewers donated $1, we would have raised at least $2.8 million that could have really established long-term support for the homeless community, or at least started a long-term initiative to do so. This is my do-over. This is our new beginning. Together, we can attack this at the root by specifically helping our homeless black boys who are already disproportionately represented in the American foster care system. I'm Laterras Whitfield. I've been nominated for 3 regional Emmys documenting my work with the homeless as well as my personal adoption journey. Despite those accolades, the greatest award for me is truly providing the infrastructure for a transformed life. Visit kingdomroyale.com for more details. Crown a king and make a donation today.
Wow, I love it. These organizations are making a difference in the world, not just in their communities, in the world. Kingdom Royale, Treasure Within, Beauty Behind Bars, and many more. Listen, find a diamond, polish it, and present it to the world. These are nonprofit organizations who work tirelessly to instill worth in individuals. So isn't this the gospel truth? So that's our gospel truth segment. You'll hear more from Laterras Whitfield about what he does with Kingdom Royale and much more in a few moments. But in the meantime, between time, we're going to go to our next segment, Friendly Advice. We have a few minutes for this, but I wanted to bring on a young lady. Are you a queen raising a king? See, this is all befitting tonight. We have this young lady. Her name is, she goes by Miss Fearless. Miss Fearless, for good friend of mine, she's raising her king, her son, Ron. Listen, I have two kings, and I just love the initiative that God has given her to do. And we're going to talk to you as women. You may be watching us, and you may be raising a king on your own. That means your son, yes, he is a king. You may be raising him on your own. You may be married and helping your husband to raise a king. It's all good. These boys, our sons, they need to know that they can grow up into great men of God. They can grow up to be more than what they see on TV, more than what they see in the news and in media, but they can be really great. So I am excited to have Miss Fearless on. So let's bring her on. We're going to talk to her about how queens should raise their kings in this time. All right, give it up for Miss Fearless. Hey, Miss Fearless. Uh-oh. We don't.
Where you at, girl?
Can't hear you. Turn your mic. Make sure your mic is on.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yes. Welcome to In the Know.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Thank you, Prophetess, for having me on. I'm very excited.
No problem. So glad to have you on. I know we had a chance to talk offline many times about your initiative as a woman, a single woman at this time, raising a young male, your son, of course, he's a male, raising him and how you have instilled in him. And, I always be so elated with you all's relationship because it's just a marvelous thing to see. So what would be your advice on Friendly Advice tonight for queens raising kings? And talk a little bit about what you're going to be doing as an initiative. We have about 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. So basically, my friendly advice for queens raising kings would be to always put God first. And that's with anything. That is where my strength comes from. Make sure that your king knows that he can be open without judgment. Be open with your children, whether it's a queen or a king that you're raising, about your life so they know that they don't have to succumb to the pressures of being perfect. That would be my advice for sure. Open dialogue. As it pertains to what our mission is, and I say our because my son, as you stated earlier, is working with me. We're working together on this, and that's what makes it so beautiful. My vision and mission, or our vision and mission, is to reach one, teach one, and save one, and that one is turned into multiple. There's a lot of challenges with raising a king, especially as a queen in any culture. So it's not just African American specific, it's all cultures, all races. What makes us unique is that our heart is in it. So we're not doing this just for profit. We're actually doing this with a purpose. So that's what makes us unique. And we hope that we have parents and children that can grow through what it is that they have gone through, what they've gone through.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about you and your son's relationship. Can you just tell us a little background of what you do, who you are, where you came from?
Yes. So my son is actually my best friend and vice versa. And I'm not just saying that. My son, I actually grew up with him. Most often, I'm like, Ron, are you raising me today or am I raising you? Children see the side of us that other people don't see, right? So, our dialogue was just so cool. I nurture him. He nurtures me. My son has a purpose on his life. He has a calling on his life. He's anointed. So it makes it a lot easier. We do have our tough times just like everyone else, but he's a protector of his mom. He's seen his mom go through some things, and he has been a lot of the reason as to why I've gotten through most of what I've gone through.
Wow, wow, wow. I love it. I love it. And when I see you all together, and he's not a mama's boy, you know, sometimes it get mama boyish, but I noticed about Ron, he's not a mama's boy. He has his own mind, his own dreams, his own aspirations, and he's very respectful. And that is a winner. Somebody come on, give it up for the respect, please. I need you to give it. I need to hear the hand clap for the respect. Somebody put some respect on her name. Miss Furious. Okay, I feel my help. I feel my help. Y'all, I feel my help. My help coming from the Lord. Listen, if you are a queen raising a king, listen, you want to make sure you connect with this woman of God because she has a mission to help other queens as we raise these kings, because mine are 19 and almost 16. My baby will be 16 years old. I do have a daughter too. Shout out to my Queen Genesis. Hey, Queen Genesis. She's 24. But just seeing the boys and how you know, even when their father passed away, how that affected them, and they're still processing that, even though it was almost 10 years ago. Whoa. Time sure does fly. And yeah, so thank you for what you're doing in the community with these, with the boys, with your son, showing other and showing other women how to be examples, even right now if they're not married, or even when they're married, if they're married, how to be examples. So we thank you so much for joining us. Tell us how we can follow you.
It's an honor to do so.
Absolutely. Tell us how we can follow you on the local social medias platforms.
So currently I have a Facebook page. It is Miss Fierce. It's MZ space FIERCE as you see it on the screen. I also have a Facebook page, which is personally the best way to connect with me, and it is Lavon Whetstone. We will have a Facebook page dedicated solely to Queens Raising Kings in the near future, within the next week or so.
Y'all get ready. We about to do some powerful things with Queens Raising Kings. This is not the end of this conversation. We'll be back. Thank you so much, Miss Fierce. Thank you for joining us. Tell Ron, thank you so much for helping you get set up and everything and all that he does as a great young man. All right, y'all, let's go to one commercial. And listen, y'all get your popcorn out, get your Pepsi or your Coke or your Dr. whatever, water, get your prayer blanket, get everything out. We ready for the meat of the thing. We ready for the heart of the thing, what we've been waiting on. I know personally I've been waiting for this interview since I was able to get this young man to agree to come on. I am so excited to have with us none other, like we said, than the beloved Dear Future Wifey podcast host and creator, Laterras R. Whitfield. Y'all got to stay tuned for this. This is going to be a great interview, just like we have had so far. But we will be right back. Everybody, welcome back. Come on, yes, pump those hearts, clap your hands. Listen, those who are tuning in via Facebook, make sure you continue to tag, share, and invite. Also, those on YouTube, welcome. Those who are watching on our website, welcome on the one.tv as well. Welcome. Listen, we're getting to the meat of this show. I think last year, my show coordinator, shout out to Donnie Francis right there in Bermuda. She is a great help to this show. So give it up. Come on, let's give honor where honor is due. Come on. You in these hand claps. Lord have mercy. Can I have the button? Can I have the button? I'm gonna do the button. Because I needed to be precise. Anyway. All right, so Donnie kept telling me, she's like, SM, she calls me SM or Prophetess, you gotta see, have you ever watched Dear Future Wifey. So I'm like, no, never heard of it. So she said, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. She would send me clips, and me and my busy self, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. So one day I started to watch. I'm like, oh, then I got addicted. She told me I would get addicted though, and she said, you gonna get addicted, and I did. And so one day we're talking. She was like, I think you should have Laterras on. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm saddened if I'm not. We're going to get it right. I need some punctuation. But anyway, she said, you should have him on. And I'm like, well, I'm looking at his numbers. And so I'm like, okay, well, we getting there. We ain't quite there yet. But hopefully he will come on one day. So one day I'm talking to Donnie, and I'm like, listen, ask him would he come on. I want him to come on in April. So she asked him, and he said yes. So here we are. Listen, y'all, let me just read a little bit of his bio. Laterras R. Whitfield is a lover of mankind and a consummate storyteller. He has garnered 3 regional Emmy nominations as a filmmaker on 3 different projects. Sharing his personal story, journey as a foster to adoptive dad, which you saw, that's what Kingdom Royale is all about, and his advocacy work with the homeless. Whitfield is the beloved host of the Dear Future Wifey podcast, a show in which he transparently takes viewers on a ride as he discovers, uncovers, and recovers love. Whether it's touring plays across the country, shooting documentaries or commercials, or helping to heal children in foster care, Whitfield is dedicated to making his life's journeys impactful. And so tonight we're going to meet this great man of God who is absolutely doing some wonderful things for the kingdom. And his name is Laterras R. Whitfield. So in the know viewers, you may know him. Some of you may know him. Some of you may not. But for those who do and those who don't, we're going to introduce him again. Like they used to say in church, introducing to some, present to others, none other than Laterras R. Whitfield. Hi, how are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored, since we're going to go keep it all gospel.
Yeah. Yeah, we do a little. We be still. It's freedom here. It's where the Spirit of the Lord is. There is freedom.
I know how to show up. So
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, thank you so much for accepting the invitation to come on our show, In the Know, Unveiling the Greatness in You. It's such an honor, and I told my crew, I'm like, why am I nervous? I feel like, to me, you are a celebrity. Like you are, like what God is doing with you is this absolutely amazing. And I've had a chance to kind of dig, and a couple of people that saw me post the flyer, they know me personally. They like, and they know you, and they like, oh my God, you got Laterras on. Do you know who he is? I'm like, quit making me nervous. Quit making me nervous. I'm over my legs shaking. I'm like, I'm about to go up and do a solo. Lord.
We're friends now, so we just gonna talk.
We're just gonna talk. All right. Well, we got a chance to show a little bit about your mission with Kingdom Royale. So let's start there. Then we'll get to the Dear Future Wifey podcast, because that could be a whole show within itself. But let's talk a little bit about your mission to help young men in foster care. How did that? We saw how it got started, but for those who might just joined us and didn't see the actual video, and they have to go back and watch the replay because that's really good. Talk about that mission. It's so powerful.
Well, I was kind of thrusted into the foster care arena because my nephew was placed in foster care due to some issues that my sister was struggling with. Wow. And that happened in 2015. Right. So back in 2015, and then I started fostering my nephew, and the fostering ended up leading to adoption, and I became a licensed foster parent. And then I told God at the consummation of my nephew's adoption that I'd be willing to do this again, but it'll have to be a 16-year-old. Mm-hmm. And when I made that decree to God, I thought that I'd be married when I decided to take on another child. Right. But that didn't happen. God's plan is just God's plan. Right. And so God, through orchestration and divine orchestration, ended up leading me to meet this young man named Armani during a Wednesday's child taping on WFAA, the Channel 8 affiliate or the ABC affiliate
Mm-hmm.
here in Dallas, Texas. And so God laid on my heart. He said, "That's your son." And so I went and started doing the due diligence to adopt Armani. And so he's 18 years old, about to graduate next month, and God is doing an amazing work in his life.
Wow. He helps you on the show too, because I've been watching the show and I see you would actually say Armani is helping run some of the equipment there. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been teaching him video.
Wow.
I've been teaching him video and editing and whatnot. And he has his channel, his gaming channel, and that's thriving. And so it's just great to see. And what I've learned in this journey is that when you give a son or you give any child purpose, that's when they're able to flourish.
Absolutely.
A lot of people grow aimlessly. They wander aimlessly in this world when they don't have purpose. So if you attach purpose to them, then they'll have a reason to live.
Absolutely. That is so true. And it's so funny that you're saying that, because I literally just said that to my dad. I told him, like, when a child has know their place in the earth, then you don't have to worry about them straying. That's why it's good as parents, like you're doing with Armani, is showing him purpose. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So with that being said, let's talk some more about Kingdom Royale. Tell us why. I mean, that's huge, and it's a big vision. So I'm so excited to know about it, because I got a big mouth, and I would tell everybody, y'all need to sow, y'all need to y'all need to come see. We need to fly to Dallas.
Yeah, I'm eager to. So we just got access to the land.
Wow.
We had a lady who came on the podcast. She came on the podcast and said, God laid on my heart to help out. So she put up a $1.4 million
My God.
20 acres for us. So now we don't have the stress of trying to compete with other people trying to buy the land. We do have it, and she's going to sell it back to us for the exact price that for, because I handled all the negotiations. And so that's a big boy vision. That's a vision that God placed in my heart. That's my life's mission, to help these young African American young men and girls. I mean, we're going to expand and do girls in the next iteration of it. But I've in the foster care system, when a kid is 8 years old, an African American kid is 8 years old or over, the likelihood of them being adopted is slim to none.
Wow.
And so after being around this world and mentoring other kids in the foster care arena, I was like, I can't just go adopt all these kids. I love find something else to do that makes sense. And so I said, let me go ahead and put on my boots and strap up my bootstraps and say, let's do more. And in doing more, the best course of action is to open up a foster home to help these young kings with transition, these young queens with transition, and to, again, attach purpose to them. Treat them. I said the Kingdom Royale will be the best thing that ever happened to them. So it's like literally taking them from a bad situation. They've been thrusted into this foster care system with no cause of their own. And now it's like saying, you know what? This bad day has now turned into my best day. And I'm looking forward to doing.
Wow, such a big heart, and that's what we need. We need more. Can you clap it up for the big hearts, please? The big hearts. I'm gonna fire him. I love him. We'll get the clap right. All right, so no, your heart is so big, and a lot of people would leave that community to just be and like to fend for their own, and that's why we see the jails and the different things filled up, the streets 100%. Filled with violence and all of that. So thank you so much. Shout out to you, Laterras, for doing that. All right, so listen. So I got the news from Donnie that there was this podcast on, and I just had to watch it. She's like, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it. I mean, this girl, she can be your whole like marketing team. Yes, promoter. Yeah. She was just telling me, and basically, she would send me all the clips. Watch this, watch this. So I began to watch it, and she said, be careful, because you're gonna get addicted. And lo and behold, I got addicted. And I began to watch episode after episode after episode. And what I love about the Dear Future Wifey podcast is the heart of everyone that comes on. They share your heart. They all have big hearts. I'm like, where does these people live? I need to find them because they got big hearts. Yeah, and you just don't find people like this every day. So with that being said, when you're doing your podcast, as you are as a creative and a filmmaker, you're a filmmaker too, and you're a playwright. You like to capture the world you live in and display it all for us to see. What made you turn the lens around to yourself demonstrating what you're going through, being very transparent in the Dear Future Wifey podcast?
During the pandemic of 2020, March, everything shut down. And then I was working on a podcast for a school district here where we were about to get ready to launch it, and everything just shut down. And then I said, God, what am I going to do? Like, my money is getting funny now because I ain't working. What's happening? God said, now's the season to make you your client.
Come on.
And I said, okay,
Shondo.
I get it. He said, everything that you've been doing for everybody else, it's time for you to do it for yourself. And so I said, you know what, God? I said, I get it. And so I turned the lens on myself and I said, now it's time for me to heal publicly. And so God said, I'm going to use your pain to become your platform. He said, I'm going to take everything that you've been through and I'm going to heal the nation if you sit and be transparent in front of the world. And so that's what I did. And so I'm amazed by how God has just been healing people. He's been restoring marriages. He's been giving people or singles hope and love again. Each episode ends with, and don't stop loving. Because a lot of us have been through some painful heartbreaks, some mismanagements of our hearts. And if we allow our hearts not to beat again just because of a failed relationship, then we miss the bigger vision. We miss the purpose. We miss the opportunity to be handled with care and to be loved properly. And so I said I was going to never allow the pain of my past to dictate my future.
Man, come on, y'all. Give it up for that. Not let the pain of the past dictate his future. I am second that emotion. Not going to do it. What I love about the show, I see you have different, you have singles come on, you have married people. Well, let me tell you, the last episode, the one I watched, the last one I watched was Guard Your Mind. That young lady took me all the way out. She was reminding me of me. I'm not as guarded, but that was a good representation about, I mean, just her heart and everything. It was just amazing. Another favorite one of my episodes was the young lady, the couple, the lady that the blind. She was blind. She that one right there. Yes. Oh, Is Love Blind? Yes, that one.
Yeah, Tiffany.
Yeah. Talk about some of the guests that come on. And another one. Listen, see, I told you I'm addicted. Another one was with You Will Notice Me. That young man, he blessed me too. You Will Notice Me. He was really transparent. The other one was with I know I got a slew of them because they really, y'all. I'm telling y'all, the show. What do you write? Of course you do. What dumb question is that?
No. So what happens with the show? This is how the shows come. So the premise of my podcast is, the only way you can come on my podcast is if you can be extremely transparent.
Okay.
But not only that, your story, I have to see something that connects with my personal journey, which I haven't revealed to the audience why I chose or why I choose each guest to come on the podcast.
Okay.
So it's literally people, their story has to resonate with me. So Andre noticed his episode was called Not Ready to Love. We were on a live on IG, and he talked about that. He said, I'm not ready to love. I'm right now chasing my money. I'm trying to build financial freedom. I ain't got nothing for no woman right now. I'm trying to focus on me. Well, that was me in 2020. You know what I'm saying? I said, I ain't got time for all that. And then in Love is Blind, I was working on, I used to do a lot of videos for this transplant organization.
Okay.
And I was always getting these amazing stories from people who were needing kidneys and whatnot. And so Tiffany, she needed a kidney. And so through the organization, I ended up meeting her and she began to tell me her story. And I was like, what? And she has such a great sense of humor.
Yes.
And I said, man, this is messing me up, because she disarms you from feeling sorry for her because she's thriving. She thrives more than some of the people that have sight, and I go, okay, this is an amazing thing that God is trying to teach me. So I met her and I met her husband and I watched how they joked with each other. And I said,
my God.
I need to on my podcast. I said, that's what marriage is supposed to be. And so a lot of these married couples that I bring on the podcast, I bring them on to give me reference of the idiosyncrasies of marriage. I've been married. I was divorced, was married for almost 10 years, learned a lot from that failed marriage. And I'm watching other couples as they go through their journey of love, Some of them are divorced. Some of them may be on their second marriages. Some God uses me to hold on to their first and only marriage, which was in the episode that I released on my birthday with Jewel and Tavia. They were a part of the last season. Now, you watch that episode. You watch those 2 episodes. It's going to blow your mind. Episode 1 was in last season, and they were on an episode called the Marriage Vows, in the Marriage Vows series called For Better or For Worse.
Okay.
And then they were on the brink of divorce when they came on that episode.
My goodness.
And I had to speak to both of them individually to get them to come on the podcast, and because they weren't even speaking to each other.
Jeez.
And it was a move of God. Y'all watch that, it's going to blow your mind. And then I brought them back after sponsoring their therapy sessions and watched how God healed their marriage. And you watch that, this is gonna blow you. The sheer orchestration of the Holy Spirit.
Oh my God. 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 Wait, we're not gonna glaze over the point that you said that they were on their way to divorce the first time. You got them to come on. Then you sponsored their, say that again?
Therapy sessions. Their therapy sessions. Because I knew that they needed to go through therapy, but I don't want to give the whole show away. If you watch it,
y'all gotta watch it.
How God aligned the therapist, because on the episode it has those 2 and the therapist on the episode.
Jeez, okay.
And we talk about everything. And what was so dynamic about it is that Jewel was an unbeliever, and not only did God, I get emotional when I think about this.
I know, this is powerful.
Not only did God restore their marriage, but he brought him into unity with Christ, that God actually saved him. And so now he's a believer. And so now he's able to lead his marriage on a whole nother level that he wasn't able to originally. Nobody but God.
My hand shaking. Oh, no, basa. Oh my God, it was a whole experience. So I believe that's it in our professions or what we do. I believe that is the whole purpose of why we do it.
Yes.
Who would have thunk it? Yes. This is amazing. Yes. Amazing. Yes. So Laterras, the broadcast started, or the podcast started in 2020 during the pandemic. And that's
April the 15th.
April the 15th. So that's coming up. Ain't that like next week?
It's about to be 2-year anniversry. Our 2-year anniversary. So my goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers
by April 15th.
By April 15th. I'm about to hit 90,000. So
come on, we can do it.
If everybody else on this thing hit that, we'll be at. If everybody goes to YouTube and subscribe, we'll probably hit. We'll be at 90,000.
Come on, y'all.
By tomorrow.
Come on, y'all. Everybody that's tuning in, go to YouTube and subscribe to the Dear Future Wifey podcast. Put it up on the screen. Let's go. Let's support this man of God. Yes. He is supporting so many other people. Y'all, he came on InTheKnow. He big time, y'all. We going be. Hey. Right. Yeah. Listen, okay, so let's go back. One of my good friends, Corey, oh my God, he gonna get me, Lord, if he watching. Jesus.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Oh Lord, Corey gonna kick my behind. Well, Lord, Corey, I just know about Corey. Okay, Corey spoke very highly of you. That's a good thing. Very highly of you. And Corey gonna get me. I know his last name. It's just slipped my mind right now. Corey lives here in Detroit.
Oh, that's my boy. He was in one of my plays.
Yes. He real funny. He sings. Yes. Yes.
Dude, he was like, guilty to proven innocent. Like
yes. He was like so good. Shout out Corey. You know, I don't really know your last name, but we cool. He is so cool.
That's my
I love Corey. Corey gonna get me. He gonna call me after this. Listen, but he spoke. Right. Yeah. He definitely spoke highly of you. And just a lot of people that like here in Detroit was just like, wow, they was just amazed, of what God is doing
I've
in your
done a
life.
lot of shows and I've toured through Detroit. So Detroit for a minute was like my second home because I did a show with Judge Greg Mathis and we rehearsed out there in Dearborn and all that. Yeah, and then we stayed there for 2 weeks before we went on the road. And then I came back. We did the Fisher Theater and then my other play that I was doing at the same time. We did the music hall. So yeah, like Detroit is my little spot.
That's what's up. So you said Dearborn. You know a lot about Detroit. Dearborn is definitely not where. Well, let me stop. Where black folk be, but you know how
Dearborn, different area.
It's a different area. You went to Dearborn. They took you to Dearborn. All right, with this, we see your success as a podcaster. But I'm sure when the cameras are off, you have a moment to reflect and think how many times you almost gave up.
Oh, yeah.
How many times you gave up? Talking to any viewer that might, even me, encourage me on tonight. Because this has been, I've been doing this since 2016, but consistently for 1 year. And I see the growth, but it also is still, some days I just be like, Lord, why did you tell me to do this? So talk to those who might be watching.
I'm going to talk to you. As a content creator, as somebody who God spoke to, you wouldn't do anything as difficult as this unless you heard God tell you.
This is true.
The Bible says that God will give you the desires of your heart. Oftentimes we look at that as I have in my desire to do X, Y, Z, and so God is going to give it to me. No, it goes deeper than that. He gave you that desire in your heart. So the desire that you had that was placed to say, I want to do InTheKnow, he's the one that planted that in your heart. Yeah. So with Dear Future Wifey podcast, he planted that in my heart. God can do everything but fail. So that means that through consistency and perseverance, it will come to pass. So what happened with me in those moments when I got discouraged, think about it. I used to do a lot of stuff on Facebook. And as you heard in the video, I had a video on Facebook that went viral, got 28 million views, 1 million overnight with Steve Harvey and whatnot. And so I come over to YouTube after coming from Facebook, and every time I post like a little simple video, I get like 5,000 views overnight. Wow. I go to YouTube and I'm like, okay, I got 200 views overnight. Lord Jesus, this don't feel good. And the stuff that I was doing on YouTube took more work to do than what I was just posting on Facebook. And I'm like, okay, God, where they do that at? You know what I'm saying? YouTube is a different beast. YouTube is a whole different beast. And so I said, okay, God. He said, remember the purpose. The main thing that you have to do to not give up is to always recenter yourself and know your why. Why are you doing this? Right. And so when I started out doing this, it wasn't to become famous. It wasn't to get a lot of views. It was literally to heal and be obedient and heal in front of the world. That was it. I said, I'm going to be transparent. A lot of times people aren't used to people just showing their scars and saying, hey, listen, I cheated on my wife. I cheated on my wife multiple times. I filed for divorce. Like sharing that stuff, people are like, I can't believe this man is actually doing this. Yeah, you know, and God said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use you as a free man to free men. So what happens is you can't get nobody else free if you ain't free yourself.
That's right.
And so what happens?
Come on.
God said, I'm going to use you to do that. And so that's what happened. And so the more I began to be transparent, the more I started creating the platform for other people to do the same. And they started coming on being transparent as well. But in those moments of getting weary, I was weary from the month of April, May, June, July. And I was like, ain't nobody really checking for me. I was growing, but it was so slow. It was like, got August 1st, I had 952 subscribers. Wow. And I said, God, I thank you. I started thanking them for what I did have. I thank you for my 952 subscribers. Okay. I'm going to serve these 952 subscribers like I got 1 million. I'm gonna respond to them. I'm gonna always engage with them. I'm gonna thank them for subscribing. I'm gonna respond to their requests, all that stuff. By the end of August, I hit those YouTube algorithms and got 10,000 subscribers in that 1 month. So in August, I hit 10,000 subscribers. Became monetized because I reached the 4,000 watch hours of YouTube requirement. And so now here I am going into my September, monetized and having 10,000 subscribers. Then September came around, got another 10,000. So I go into October with 20,000 subscribers. Wow. And after my 21st episode, I take a break. I said, I'm never going to be a slave to my own success. Okay. I'm going to rest. Wow. And so after every 21st episode, I'll take a break for a couple of weeks or a month, and then I'll come back again, replenish. And that's what I did. And then I was nervous. I was like, I'm finna stop right when this was picking up. I said, this is suicide for my career. And God said, remember, take a break, rest. They'll still be there when you come back. My goodness. And I stayed back, and then I came back with an episode with Essence Atkins, that time I came back with Kariga and Felicia, who I saw them on Black Love. It was just like God was just strategically aligning perfect guests for the episodes. Had David Mann and Tamla Mann on the podcast. Had Lenny Williams and Angie Stone. I had all these people coming because these are people I've worked with in the past. So
Wow.
God used everything from my past to bless my podcast. And so
Wow.
that's what it was.
I love it. And I love it. And I love how you said that God told you to turn the camera on yourself and to begin to heal that way and let other people see you healing. And let's just talk about it. Many women are being transparent. Let's just talk about it. But men, no. And I think that's what makes me so intrigued when I see the guys get on there and talk about their transparency. And, you know, and then you at the end writing a letter to your future wife. It's just amazing. Yeah. You're amazing.
A lot of men DM me. A lot of men DM me, and they share a lot of private stuff with me. And like, man, bro, I could never tell people this, and I would never tell my wife this.
Wow.
They going through whatever it is, and behind the scenes, I've worked with couples. You know, I'll say, hey, put your wife on the phone, and we'll talk. We'll share stuff that they could never share. Ooh, I get emotional when I start thinking about this.
Man,
they'll share stuff for the first time with their wife that they've never ever shared, but they feel like they got my support. Even from the phone, I'm sitting on the phone with them saying, brother, I got your back. We're going to talk to her.
Wow.
It's such an amazing thing.
Wow. Come on, give it up. So it's like you are, like you said, on screen, there's the healing, and then the behind the scenes. I think a lot of people need to see that. Like, I mean, not like their personal stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty cool. Like how that happens behind the scenes. Yeah, that's super cool. So, okay, as we wrap up, Laterras, the viewers see your obedience to God is common throughout each episode. So like we were talking about, how has that played an important part in your success? Being obedient to God.
They say obedience is better than sacrifice. Mm-hmm. The Bible says that if you seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, then all these things shall be added. So when you see these subscribers, that's just a thing. Yeah, there are people behind it, but the success is a thing.
Yes.
You know, but it comes first from seeking ye first the kingdom. Mm-hmm. And so when you start making your heart a great place for God to plant or flourish, and seeds that will bring about hope in other people's lives, and seeds that will bring restoration in other people's lives, then that obedience, God says, oh, you're good ground. That if I continue to plant in you, I can help more and more people. So God is only looking for good ground. All he's looking for good ground. And so I just say, God, I'll be the soil that you'll plant. I want you to plant in me, God. And so God will start strategically doing stuff with me, and he'll start giving me great exploits and say, all right, I trust you with this. Now I'm gonna bless you with Kingdom Royale. Now I can bless you with a vision this big to help other people. But it started with the nephew that I fostered. Yeah. Then it became Armani. Then it becomes 24 boys in a group home that begins to, come through, on a cycle, because once a kid comes here, they leave. And then now you have this whole mission for the rest of my life that God birthed. But it started from the obedience with Ladarian.
Wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The viewers, we all see a well-polished version of Laterras as you do your podcast. You do your Future Wifey podcast. I'm sure you don't wake up like that. You probably do. You probably wake up fabulous. But, walk us through a day in the life of Laterras R. Whitfield. That's just a fun question. Like, what is your day like? Like, what do you do?
Man, my day be crazy. My day, I get up around 6 o'clock in the morning. I have a homegirl that'll call me in the morning. That she in Atlanta, so she'll call me because she's an hour ahead. We'll just be talking. That's like my alarm clock. I'll wake up.
I love
it. Shout out to Brandy, who called me in the morning. And then so we'll end up talking, and then I'll end up getting dressed, go to my office, whether I'm editing a project for a client or whatnot. Then I'm editing a project, working on some other stuff. Like tomorrow, I'll tell you my tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up, get dressed, come to my office. I have a guest, the Black Marriage Movement. That's their IG on from IG. She's flying in from LA. That's going to be Wednesday's episode.
Wow.
So I'll literally shoot the episode the day before it released. A lot of times. She'll fly in, we'll shoot it. Makeup artist show up, do a makeup. We shoot the episode. We'll go out to eat afterwards, talk. She want to talk about some other stuff and want me to help build some courses with her or whatnot. We'll do that. Then I'll head back to my office, edit those episodes, and I'll be up all the way sometimes to like 6 in the morning, the next morning, releasing this stuff.
My
And so
goodness.
I went grocery shopping the other day and spent about $500 worth of groceries. They take care of themselves. I got an 18-year-old, a 13-year-old. I teach those young kings how to fend for themselves. Y'all feed yourself. You know how to cook for yourself. Do what you got to do. Dad got to go and make and bring home the bacon. So I go and work.
Wow, awesome. Y'all give it up for Laterras R. Whitfield. So I have to ask the infamous question. As you are on this search to recover, discover, and uncover, I probably said it wrong. Help me out with that, Laterras.
Discover, uncover, and recover love.
And recover love.
We're going to discover it first. So this is the best. We're going to discover it. What is love?
Okay.
What is love? What do I want in love? Who am I now after going through divorce, going through heartbreak and heartache after the divorce with another woman that I dated? That's discovery. Uncovery is let me go shake some trees and see what kind of fruit falls out. Let me go out and date. Let me meet these women. Let me see who these women are. Let's see what these dating streets really look like. And then recover it, which is, hey, this is my missing rib. Will you marry me?
Wow, that is amazing. Come on, give it up. So as you do that, a viewer asked me to ask this. What is your type? Do you have a type? Do you have a type? That's the question.
No, I don't. I asked myself that question the other day. I said, do I have a type? And I don't know if I really do. I know that one thing it is that from a physical appearance, not so much of a type, but I do from a mental standpoint, I have a type. I'm a sapiosexual. So I'm attracted to intelligent women.
Yeah.
You know, if you're extremely intelligent and I can learn something from you and I can hear you speak about the Lord and speak about whatever business you're in or whatever you're doing, that turns me on. Like I just sit there and be like, ooh, Lord Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It does something for me. I'm like, girl, you better quit talking like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm attracted to intellect.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I can give a generic, she has to be beautiful, you know, but what
right.
does that
You
mean?
got to be able to wake up.
Yeah, you know, I gotta have something I can wake up to and be like, oh Jesus, you know, I don't want to be scared when I wake up. You know, I want somebody that, you know, I'm attracted to. I want somebody
absolutely.
That my homeboys be like, that's you?
Right. That's me. Aw.
So, yeah.
Wow.
That's what I want. I want to take pride in my woman.
Awesome, but we are definitely I'm rooting for you. Like this is amazing. I saw that there's a do you know Jessica Reedy, because she has the Dear Future my Dear Future hubby, and I'm like
I produce her. So Whitfield Films, my company, that's my spinoff.
Oh,
so
wow.
I produce Hello Hubby, and I have her as the host of Hello Hubby.
I love it. Cool. Hello, hubby. Right. Oh, wow. Well, what is next? What should we have? Should we expect from Laterras R. Whitfield, the Whitfield Films, Kingdom Royale? Talk about that, and also tell our viewers how they can reach you and they can support you in everything that you're doing.
Main thing, subscribe to the Dear Future Wifey podcast. That's the freest thing you can do. Is that free, don't cost you $1. Then those that want to you go to Kingdom Royale. Go to Kingdom Royale. We're in a huge fundraising initiative to raise money to build this boys' home. And on the horizon, I'm about to go into some talks this month, actually, for some finna get on TV. About to do some TV show stuff with some reality shows, and about to do some pitch meetings and whatnot. So
awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Awesome. And we can follow you how?
On Instagram, Laterras R. Whitfield. Instagram, Laterras R. Whitfield, and my Dear Future Wifey podcast. Instagram is exactly that, Dear Future Wifey podcast.
Awesome. Also, you all, please go and subscribe. Viewers, don't let us down. Go and subscribe. Don't let InTheKnow look bad having this man of God on here with this amazing stuff, and y'all don't go. We're gonna post and everything. And God's giving me a prophetic word for you, but He asked me to share it. He instructed me, to share it offline. So if you have time afterwards, if not, we can do it. You know, maybe tomorrow.
No, come on. No.
Okay. But He told me to share it offline. Also, I can share this. InTheKnow is going to make a donation to the Kingdom Royale. So we will speak with you on how to do that as well. So listen, y'all. Thank you, Laterras, for coming on. Y'all give it up for our guests, Laterras R. Whitfield, right here on In the Know. Thank you. Thank you so much. What a great interview. I hope you enjoyed yourself because we enjoyed having you here.
Oh, yeah, I did. Thank you. Blessings your way. I speak blessings. I speak that God blows up your show. And this year, I want God to just blow your mind. And you look back at it and be like, look at God. You know
Come
what I'm
on.
saying? I want that
I will
for
shout.
You.
Don't play. Cue the shout music.
Look at God moment this year. Come on, you gonna get the little music on? There it is.
They already know. They know I will run up in here. I will do a whole victory lap, this whole thing. But real talk.
The whole set now.
The whole set will just be, the green screen and everything be gone. But I enjoyed this. My nervousness went away. Thanks for making me comfortable because now we friends. Yeah. Now you got a friend for life, and I am excited. Oh, wait. I got to say this. Y'all already know I'm Bujetto. Now, I am very transparent. You let me come on that show. Y'all, you will have your ratings going to go up. You hear me?
Come on. Let's talk.
I'm coming to Dallas. I will sit in that yellow seat and be transparent. They'd be like, what is wrong with her? They'd be like, oh my God, she is. But I don't know if you ever heard I don't know why I felt led to share this, but my dad is Apostle Wayne T. Jackson of the Impact Television Network. And Impact Television Network. That is my father. And he, I just think, it's just a lot going on in my head, and I got to shut up until we get off. We'll talk offline. It's just, he's downloaded so much. All right, y'all, give it up for Laterras R. Whitfield again. Thank you, Laterras. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Stay behind stage. We're going to talk afterwards. We're going to end the show. Thank you. Okay. Listen, y'all, thank you so much for joining us on tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. You all always come on Monday night, and y'all show your love. I see that was encouraging what he said about YouTube, because I have my we building. We done gained some subscribers over the months. I've been doing some, I'm marketing, Rich Girl Marketing, and solutions. So we've been doing guys been giving us some strategies on how to build YouTube and, create content and do more things on YouTube. So that is, he just encouraged me totally, because I was just like, I don't know. Facebook, let's ride. But I know God has more in store for us as we are consistent. He said the key word, to be consistent, and know your why. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Your why, it really has to be about what God has said and what he's told you to do, not because you're trying to be famous or get viewers or whatever you're doing. Know your why and make sure it lines up with your purpose, right? Your purpose, not because, like we said, you're trying to get 1 million subscribers to be this great influencer, but if you better influence for Jesus, for God, right? So if you want to donate, our producer has up the donation button. It's In the Know 313. You can donate and help us. The sky is the limit. That's right. Beyond the sky is the limit. So we thank you so much again. Our guests, we thank Miss Fearless for sharing her story. We thank you, Laterras R. Whitfield, for coming on and just being very transparent and funny. He's a very funny guy. I like that. It's so cool. And we will see you next week. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to our producer. Thank you to the One TV who helps us make this happen every week. We'll see you next week here on In the Know.